that's caused during an incident with either, a school teacher or potentially, the victim of a crime or something of that matter. But also, again, like I said, have the offender contribute and be a part of the community rather than feel, excommunicated from their own environment. And that's the key piece here, because, the kids often already feel excluded, and that may be the reason why they feel different. They don't feel a part of the community or a part of their school. So that's where the key, that's where a key piece of it lies. We utilized, a couple years ago, we got a grant called the Royal Community Justice Grant from Criminal Justice and OPCA, which we utilize that funding to do more restorative work. Our goal is to get some of the schools to practice it regularly and to become restorative justice schools. Right now, we're working with Glens Falls School District, and they're actually doing some training. They've done some training with mediation matters and our officer that's stationed in Glens Falls. And they're going to do a Zoom training for a lot of their staff over the summer with mediation matters. And we started attendance circles in the high school with Jen Caparella, is one of the social workers that's very interested in restorative justice in schools. So we're focusing a lot of our attention on making Glens Falls a restorative justice school. It's bit by bit in increments. You can't change overnight, and it's not going to change overnight. We know that. But we also feel, we have such great outcomes from it that we can't give up on it. It's a lot of hard work. Like I said, all of my officers have to be involved with it to make this work. They all have to be committed to it. And they all have to continue practicing it every time they meet. But like, who would have thought the kids, ages 13 to 16, 17, actually, the oldest was 17, would be like, let's do this. When they had, it's not community service. It's nothing to do with their probation. They just wanted to do it because they felt like they wanted to contribute. So, that's where, restorative justice, I tell people all the time, at first I was like, oh my God, we talk about this since the 1970s and it's never really, come to fruition. But once we really started practicing it every day in every case and practicing it accurately in the right way with the right training, we have seen incredible results. It's really worked well, and we'll continue to do it because it's what works.
Good. And you'll be collecting all of that, as you say, evidence-based. So we'll have records to show the effectiveness of all of this?
Absolutely. So we have to, for the grant, we actually had to keep all of the records of like all of the youth that were involved, those sort of things, every activity that we did. And then we also have to keep our data for DCJS. So we have all of that stuff on a regular basis listed. I call them trackers. My probation officers hate it because every 3 months I make them give me the accountability list of everything that's been done. But yeah, it's all tracked. And like I said, we really focused on evidence-based programs when we got the grant because we didn't want to invest money in something that didn't work.
Excellent. Amy, that's great. Any supervisors want to comment?
Just one last comment. This is Peter. One more time, Greg. I really love the fact that if this shows on a young person's resume that there is no indication that this person has gotten into trouble, that this is a plus, that this is a self-motivator, that it becomes a real positive, hopefully, in their lives. So.
Yeah. And Amy, for these certificates, is that from your department, or should that be from the larger board? Should the chairman of the board be involved? How would you like that?
Amanda Allen had them all sign in. I believe the chairman did sign them.
Okay.
I believe that's how it went, right, Bob?
Yeah. I see Frank nodding there. So. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for that update, and that's wonderful news. It's heartwarming, and thank you for all your work, Amy.
Oh.
No. Bob, is there anything else you'd like to bring up?
I don't. I'd like to, again, thank Amy for all her hard work and certainly the support of the board. When we run these things by Ryan and the board, they don't hesitate to say, yeah, that's a great idea, and offer support. So we appreciate that. And in these uncertain times as we go forward, as you can see, we're pretty confident that we can handle anything we need to handle, and we'll figure it out. So I have nothing else to add, and we thank you for your time.
Well, thank you both. Thank you so much. Are there any comments from the public that could be brought up at this time?
No, sir. Nothing here online on YouTube.
Okay, thank you, Don. Well, on that, we will close the Criminal Justice Committee meeting. Thank you all very much. Meeting adjourned. And we'll